5:30 on Wednesday, so that means we get some fantasy advice. James from the 360 Sports Network joins us. How are you?
Doing well, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I had a good week. I'm rocking.
Well, when you have C.J. Spiller, who's, doing something, I don't know if you guys heard, he is the first running back since Jim Brown to average over 10 yards per carry through the first two games.
Oh, boy. See, I still have him. Still got Trent. I sat Richardson in both my leagues. Still won.
It was a smart move until you saw that Whedon could make it so they didn't put 8 men in the box. So it was a smart move. He's got to be in your starting lineup from here on out, though, no doubt.
How about this? I got Spiller and Trent Richardson. They're playing each other. How fun am I going to have on Sunday?
Hopefully it's going to be a run-and-shoot type game back and forth the entire way. And it wouldn't surprise me if it is, especially with Fitzpatrick throwing so many interceptions. I think they'll just try to run it down Cleveland's throat all day.
Just real quick, I really like, how's this, if I put in LaShawn McCoy, C.J. Spiller, bench DeMarco Murray, put in Trent Richardson?
Absolutely, that's what you should be doing this week. DeMarco Murray, the Cowboys' offense is so up and down. We've seen it already, and until we get consistency out of it, yeah, he doesn't belong in your starting lineup. Definitely, you need Richardson up there.
I think I'm ready to rock.
I think you're in good shape.
I like my team.
I think you're in good shape. Now, I'd like to talk to you about my position now. I somehow won with my quarterback putting up 4 points.
Jay Cutler?
Yes. I guess I really have a find, I think, this season in Reggie Wayne. I didn't realize how much he was going to be targeted. That's 2 weeks in a row of consistent, I think targeted double digits as far as targets for Reggie Wayne. So I'm all for that. But after that game, is that going to be a one-time thing, or do I need to just look at just plugging in, Mr. Rivers and just letting Cutler sit there the rest of the season?
Well, I don't say completely give up on Cutler yet. Having Rivers as your backup, I think he should probably be in your starting lineup for sure. But honestly, Jay Cutler is one of my sleeper picks this week because everybody's dropped him. Everybody is afraid, oh, geez, look at this. He's shoving his linemen around. He's getting negative points in some leagues or 2 or 3 points in other leagues. Everybody's dropping him. He's done only being owned in about 30% of leagues. I'll tell you what, he needs to make a statement this week, and I think he can definitely do that, especially against the Rams defense, who has gotten eaten up in their first 2 games in terms of giving up yardage to Matt Stafford and then last week to Griffin. So I think Cutler could actually be a sneaky play this week. But in your situation, I would put Rivers in for sure.
So you would play Rivers, but don't give up on Cutler yet.
Definitely do not give up on Cutler, and I can see many people I think should start him this week. But your situation particularly, since you got 2 very good guys to work with there, I think Cutler is a safer pick with just because. But if you were between, say, Cutler and even, say, like an Andrew Luck or a Ryan Fitzpatrick type thing, I think you definitely would roll the dice on Cutler in that situation.
All right. I also liked what I saw last week. Of course, I benched him, so he got 20 carries, and Cedric Benson against the Packers seem to be a lot more into getting him established more. They're going to run him, from that deep step back that he always liked with the Bears and with the Bengals. Do you think that he's going to be consistently now getting those 20 carries a game where he's a safe play?
I'm not sold on it yet, and I think he might be, and I really hope he does because that would make Green Bay a complete team all around, and I love Cedric Benson. I've always loved watching him play. The thing is, you still see Randall Cobb in that backfield as many times as you see Cedric Benson. I give it 1 more week before starting him and making him a consistent starter, but definitely showed some promise with 20 carries, like you said last week. But still, the appearances of Randall Cobb, the way they're using him, still kind of scares me in terms of him being a regular week-to-week starter. But again, when they play from the lead, they're going to run it. You think and hope that they're going to be in the lead more often than not. Therefore, he should be good. I give it 1 more week and see what trend starts to develop.
Something else I'm having trouble with my roster that I have right now is I cannot figure out who I want in my flex position, nor do I even know if I have anyone that's good enough for my flex position. But my choices are Randall Cobb of Green Bay, Pierre Garçon, Cedric Benson, Anquan Bolden, Santonio Holmes, and Ogletree. And neither of those guys are really lighting it up early on in the fantasy season. I'd say the Garçon had a good week 1, didn't play last week. Would he be the guy to play in that flex?
Darce Sloan, again, scares me. What's going to happen? He didn't really do that great last week. He had a great week 1, but he really had one catch that he sprang for 90 yards. So, it's a little bit tough to look at him. Ogletree, a one-hit wonder. Honestly, I think your 2 Green Bay guys are your best bets to go between Benson and Cobb. And I guess my question to you is this a PPR league?
I don't know.
If it's a PPR league, I think definitely you should go
it's
for
a league that my friends do. I just join it and play.
You're breaking one of the fantasy football commandments. You need to know your league there, Christian.
Championship.
If it's a points per reception league, I think Cobb is by far the right choice. If it's more heavily weighted on touchdowns, then I would say Benson would be the choice because he's got a much better chance of hitting pay dirt. So definitely between one of the Green Bay guys for sure.
Okay, that helps me. I think I'm good enough for this week, hopefully.
All right, I got one for you. Another running back from another team of mine. This was in the league I talked about that for whatever reason, running backs were thin, and nobody drafted running backs but me. So here's what I got. I got, let's call Ryan right now. Anyway, I'm up in the air between, and I shouldn't be, I don't think I should be, Marshawn Lynch and Michael Bush. And I gotta play because my other 2 are I got Trent Richardson and Reggie Bush, and I don't want to sit one of those 2. But I don't know about Michael Bush. I know he's going to fill in now for Forte, but I also know that Marshawn Lynch has been on fire up there in Seattle.
He really has, and the fact that they're at home, Monday Night Football, I think it's his night for sure. Green Bay's defense obviously has never been stellar. Look at what the 49ers did. I think Marshawn Lynch is definitely the right play there. Bush is tempting, but you really don't know what to expect in that situation. So I think Lynch is the right play.
Sweet. I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Well, let me throw up some waiver wire pickup possibilities then for you that could really stir the pot. Jacquizz Rodgers, I'll tell you what, if Michael Turner is going to be out for a while, we don't know really if Michael Turner is the problem in the backfield or if it's the offensive line, but I really love Quiz Rodgers. He's someone to look at. Mikel LaShore coming off of suspension, Detroit says that he's their starter, so he's somebody that if he's not on in your roster, you might want to at least have him on your bench for a couple weeks here. I really love Andre Brown tonight. I think you can give up on David Wilson. He had a grand total of 10 yards in 2 weeks. Ahmad Bradshaw is out. I think Brown comes right in and does the job. And a steal. I don't know why anybody's picking him up, but he leads the league in targets, and he is in second in yards and in receptions. Do you know who it is?
Is it a guy from the Panthers?
No, he's up there too. LaFell is a good guy to look at if you're in a bit of a deeper league. He plays for the
targets.
What'd you say, sorry?
Said he leads the league in targets.
He leads the league in targets.
Huh. And he leads in what?
He had 15 catches last week. Plays for St. Louis.
I have no.
What about Amendola?
Amendola, that's
Amendola,
right.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking about him. He's available in about 55% of leagues.
He's available in this league. Guess what? Bingo.
I'll tell you what.
Denarius Moore.
Oh, absolutely. No, thank you, Denarius Moore. No, I love Amendola. He is playing Chicago this week, who is allowing 250-plus yards per game. He had 12 catches in the first half last week. They're looking his way. He's going to keep getting his catches. We don't know about him because he didn't play all of last year due to an injury. So he's back. He's looking great. And the only people who have more yards than him are the 2 guys in New York, Cruz and Nix. And they had Eli Manning throw for over 500 yards last week. That's the only reason they're so high. So I really love Amendola, and I don't know why people aren't jumping on him higher than they are.
Well, in my league, he's snatched up. He's been snatched up.
He was all right in one of my leagues, not in the other one.
Yeah, well, a couple people took gambles on him. It's probably about 50-50 whether somebody took a gamble in the draft or whether they haven't. And those who haven't, you definitely need to try to snatch him up now because I think this is going to continue for a while.
Oh, I missed him by 2 hours. Unreal.
Life's hard.
I know. That's why I don't win at this year. I can feel it. Well, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm ready to go now. I'm all set. I haven't decided if I'm going to stick with Cutler again.
I benched him.
Against the Rams, who have given up a lot of passes.
I got Romo, though. That's why I don't want to bench Michael Bush, because I think they're going to pound the ball.
And Rivers is against the Falcons' defense.
Falcons defense did give up a lot of yards, but they also played very well against Denver. So I can understand that as well. I've never been a huge Rivers fan. I've never been a huge Cutler fan either. So that's tough for me on both regards. I think both of them could have great games. Both of them could fall flat on their face. And I personally would go with Rivers. I think he might be the little bit safer pick of the two, just because he is Rivers. But there's definitely nothing wrong with taking Cutler at all. And, in fact, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm thinking I might switch the other direction. I really don't know. That's about as close to a toss-up as you can get.
I'll flip a coin. We'll figure it out. Well, James, we appreciate you calling in every week. We'll talk to you again next week and let you know how our teams are doing.
All right. I appreciate it. Go get another W.
All right. It's James Dotson from 3-6.